Man United have scumbagged, yes, scumbagged their way to a victory at Turf Moor against Burnley. But it was a beautiful goal. It was a really, really good goal from Bruno Fernandes. You can even argue maybe perhaps even a better ball. What a beautiful ball by Johnny Evans for the goal. It was a good goal. And to be honest, that was probably the only positive. The only positive from a Man United perspective about the game. Because today, the performance, just like it has been, in my opinion, throughout the season and the back of last season, the performance was atrocious. You're supposed to really go to Burnley if you're a serious side, if you're a top side, and really at least dominate possession. Today, United had around 30% possession against Burnley. Today, Burnley played the better football. As usual this season, they played good football, 1-2 triangles. They bopped us. They bopped us off the park today. It was a weird game to watch. Johnny Evans, like I said, his performance, we're going to talk about his performance today. We're going to talk about the possession. We're going to talk about the team. The team, the fact that the manager took so long to make changes. What do you guys make of the performance and the way that we are playing? Because for me, today looked like an Ole Gunnar Solskjaer sit back, defend, counter-attack team. He did say, the manager, to be frank, the manager has said he wants to be the best transition team. And that to me is so disappointing. It's so disappointing because that's not what Man United is. It's not just what we are. We are more than just that. We've always been more than just that. And I think he's picking the type of players and the way he's playing is just not to my liking. So we're going to go deep, or we're going to dive deep into it today. Like I said, the reason why I'm talking about all of these other things, because to be honest, the game wasn't a good game from a Man United's perspective to watch. The fact that if you're not smash the like, turn on the notification, guys. And if you haven't yet subscribed, do the damn thing, subscribe below. Football Therapy, I just tell you my thoughts, give you my thoughts, my analysis, my review, my reflections of the game after every Man United game. I'm a Man United fan. You guys give me your opinions, I give you my opinion. We start a little dialogue, hopefully have a conversation. And that's it. That's it. We just chill out. Football therapy, football conversations. Grab your drink, whatever you're drinking, whatever you're eating, relax yourself, and let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All right. In terms of formation, let's bang out the formation talk first. Formation and lineups. I'm very surprised to see Hannibal. Hannibal was playing in number 10. I do like, I like what Bruno offers, but Bruno is also a very frustrating player, and I've always wanted to see someone like Ericsson playing number 10, for instance, a bit more. But I get why maybe he played Hannibal number 10, energy, and this manager seems to want to build a team off the ball that is just high energy, high press, and very aggressive. So we started sort of Hannibal number 10. People are thinking it was like a diamond formation. I don't think it was. I mean, we might have started off with diamond formation with maybe Rashford coming in field a little bit to support Wayland, but really, essentially, it was still kind of the 4-2-3-1 a little bit, with Bruno more on the right, Rashford on the left, and Hannibal as number 10 with Casemiro and Scott McTominay in the middle. So that's what I kind of saw as the game started. The first few minutes, those are the kind of positions I saw. The manager wanted energy. I mean, I get it. It is what it is. I want to see more technical footballers on the pitch rather than sort of the high energy power footballers for a more transition game. But I don't know, the manager has his ideology, and for me, it's becoming quite clear that the manager also has his favourites. And yeah, we can talk about that as well. But yeah, first 10 minutes, the first thing I noticed that United were winning the ball back high up a few times. We had a few moments, I wouldn't say chances, I would say a few moments where Rashford was on the left and he shot, but he hit the side netting, and I think he had another moment. So we had one or two moments early on, wasted a few opportunities. But after that, really, after the few moments we had where we sort of started fairly on the front foot, Burnley put their foot on the game and they started moving the ball. They started moving the ball and they started finding spaces in our midfield. And the more they moved it, the more confident you could see the players were growing in confidence. They're growing in belief. They started dropping a shoulder and taking their time on the ball. They started putting their foot on the ball, playing a few triangles here and there. And it didn't take long for Burnley to just started playing a composed possession style football. And when I was watching the game, I was thinking to myself, this United team, this United side that Ten Hag is building, and it is not good in possession at all. We rely on moments, and we've built a team around, for me, players, or at least attacking players that are not consistent, that are moment players. Rashford, for me, is a moment player. He's not consistent. You never know what he's going to do. But for any given moment, he can do something. These moment players, rather than consistent players, for me, you cannot base your team around. And if he's done that, so we are also a moments team. In possession, we're not very good. We do not keep the ball at all, and that is the manager, and that's his tactics. Around the 23rd minute, we saw on the screen that Burnley had 63% possession, and I could see it. I felt to myself, hold on a second, United are playing Burnley, and we don't even have the ball, and they are playing better than us, and this is just why? And I'm telling you guys, and I've made videos and I've said this many times, I think the manager, I'm worried for the manager unless something changes drastically, because he just needs to change the way we are playing. He needs to stop being stubborn. I think it's his stubbornness, not just his stubbornness, there's other factors at play here, many factors at play, but I think our manager, Ten Hag, is a very stubborn manager. But anyway, on we go in terms of the game. So yeah, Evans scored a header straight after that, but it was ruled offside because Højlund was, well, he was ruled out because Højlund was offside blocking the goalkeeper. You don't see many of those really ruled out, to be honest. But yeah, to be honest, I think it was correct. I think it was correctly ruled out. He was blocking the goalkeeper's view. So yeah, I mean, I get it. What do you guys think? Do you think it should have been ruled out? Because I don't really think there's much to debate there. I think it was the correct call. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know. But yeah, the second half sort of faded away up until the goal, obviously. Like I said, Burnley, they had more control and possession, more comfortable on the ball. And to be honest, most of United's possession, when we had it, it was the back line. It was just the defence passing it between each other, or Onana standing over the ball, trying to, bring, I guess he's trying to bring the Burnley front line and Burnley team forward so we can play that transition football. But it wasn't working. The Burnley attackers weren't trying to close down a goalkeeper at all. But then the goal went in. The goal scored. 45th minute, right in halftime. United scored right on halftime. And against the run of play, yeah, in terms of Burnley, the thing is Burnley had the ball, but as we see, they didn't score. And that was the pattern for the game. And if Burnley had a bit more about them, if Burnley, as we can see, we've lost games already this season. So if this was a better team who was more clinical, more confident, had a striker, had forward players who played with more decisiveness, this game could have been a 3-0 game. And not to United, to Burnley. But yeah, the goal, great goal. I mean, Bruno didn't have no matter what anybody tries to put into your head, because the PR and the media spin behind some of these players are amazing. But Bruno did not have a good game today at all. He's the captain, and for large parts of the game, he wasn't there. He was anonymous. But he scored today, and the goal was a good goal. So you just got to give credit where credit's due. You can't have agendas. It was a good goal. The pass from Johnny Evans, like Johnny Evans. How old is Johnny Evans? Johnny Evans, Johnny Evans must be about in his mid-30s or something. He must be in his mid-30s because this guy is like, he's supposed to be a broken man. He's supposed to be an old man, but he's playing like he's still young. It's weird. It's weird because he looked better out there than Maguire has ever looked for Manchester United. And Maguire's a younger man. He looked fitter and more agile than Maguire ever looked for Man United. It's weird, and I know you could argue it's a bit unfair comparing him to Maguire, but he's starting and Maguire's not, so why is it unfair? But yeah, Evans, what a ball. Great ball from Evans. I think it was left foot, curled it in, sweet spot. Bruno watched the ball, right foot, volley, bottom corner. Great goal. Great goal. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was the only positive thing about today, the goal. Other than that, nothing else happened. Literally, nothing else happened today. The football was terrible. When we had the ball, we just didn't know what to do with it. Rashford was doing his usual, let's keep my head down and not look up, because I have to keep staring at my feet because I don't have the ability to do the skills and to dribble with the ball without, staring at my feet. Just look up, be aware of what's around you. That's all I've wanted Rashford to do in his whole career. Just be the sort of footballer that can dribble and stop and just change direction without having to just do your straight lines and turn left and in and right. And it's so rigid the way he moves with his body. It's just not. I mean, he's not Brazilian. I guess that's it. But it's just keep your head up, Rashford, a little bit. Be more aware of what's around you, please. If Burnley knew how to score goals, the game would have been different. And I'm worried. Second half, you can argue. So you can argue in the second half. Højlund, I hope I'm not butchering his name. Højlund should have scored. Dalot, nice cross, whip cross. Dalot, Højlund missed it, stretched. But there's nothing else really to say. Second half, Burnley probed. They didn't really get anywhere. Our defence held up. When we had the ball, we looked semi-threatening on the counter-attack at times without ever looking like we knew what we were going to do in possession of the ball. The only other noticeable thing that happened was that Bruno and Rashford switched. Varane came on for Reguilon, so the manager finally made a switch on the 76th minute. And that's another thing we need to quickly mention. Why is the manager waiting so long? I mean, the game was so painful to watch. We were so terrible in that match. Why did he wait so long to make a change? Or maybe I'm looking at it differently. Maybe the manager's looking at the performance and saying, this is good. We're keeping Burnley at bay. I don't know, like, how is the manager looking at that performance and waiting 76 minutes to make a change? And not even like a change he wanted to make, an enforced change, because it looked to me like Reguilon looked injured, so he had to make that change, and the players were getting tired. So I don't know. I'm losing. Whereas before I didn't question Ten Hag, I am questioning Ten Hag more than I've ever questioned him before. He seems to be doing things that don't make sense to me. The Amrabat for Evans change, unless Evans was injured, I don't get that change. But I assume Evans was injured, so Amrabat almost gave away a free kick right at the end. But the game fizzled out. United won in the end, but if this match didn't do anything to qualm or relax my concerns regarding the manager and how the manager sees football and how the manager wants us to play. I don't like the whole Mason Mount, Bruno, Rashford. Let's all do the heavy metal, quick transition football that's got no direction. That's not with players that have a lot of aggression and pace, but the more technical players maybe are on the, some of the more technical players anyway are on the bench. Bruno, players like Bruno and Rashford are not good at keeping the ball, and that's a problem. He's building a team that play transition football and does a lot of work off the ball, a lot of work off the ball, because we're not going to have the ball a lot. We're not this team. And I don't know, personally, I don't like that kind of football. If I had to choose whether to watch that kind of team or a Liverpool kind of team and a sort of Arsenal Man City team, I'd much rather watch the Arsenal Man City team that play with the ball rather than without the ball. And that's, I'm scared that's the type of team he's trying to build, and I don't want to watch that football, That's the problem. But I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you guys think of the game? Haaland had a decent game today. Some of his touches were off. His decisions were a bit. Some of his decisions weren't that great, but he was a nuisance. And the way he holds, especially the way he holds back defenders. He's only 20 years old. The way he can hold back defenders and occupy them as well is good. But I just want him also to. He'll improve. He'll improve the other parts of his game. He's young, like I said. Rashford, what can I say about Rashford? Didn't have a good game today. Typical Rashford. So many times where he should have passed and he didn't pass the ball. Running with his head down, running down blind alleys. Just lacks the intelligence to play at the highest. Like, I like Rashford, but it's the feeling and the PR and everything else that's around Rashford. The position that he's in now, I don't understand why he plays every game and he never gets subbed. He's played rubbish in every game this season, and he's played 90 minutes in every game this season, while other players don't get a chance. And this is what I'm saying. Ten Hag is not playing fair. He can't say everything's on merit and then still pick the same players who play crap every game. And Rashford is one of them. He is. So, the midfield was Scott McTominay. He was busy, He worked a lot, but no quality. The quality on the ball was not good. Casemiro did what he could do. He had some good touches, he had some good passes. Reguilon, I like Reguilon. Since he's come, he's used the width. He ran forward. He's not afraid to bomb forward and attack, and that's what I like. He's still going back the other way. He's still a bit iffy, but yeah, I like Reguilon. Dalot had a good game. Lindelof was okay today. He hasn't had the best of times the last couple of weeks, but today he helped keep a clean sheet, which was good. Evans, great game by Johnny Evans. For me, Johnny Evans was my man of the match. The way that he just looked so composed and calm with everything he was doing, and I didn't miss Varane. Funny enough, and it's weird. So the ball for Bruno's goal. The goalkeeper, he was fine. Didn't really do much wrong, the goalkeeper. Bruno, I've already spoken about Bruno. In terms of the 90-minute performance, he was not good again today. But his finish for the goal was it was a really good finish. So yeah, I'm just worried about the Hannibal. Yeah, and Hannibal, do you know what? Well done, Hannibal. You played 90 minutes. I just don't understand how the manager's thinking. I mean, I do, but I'm thinking, I just wish he saw football the way I saw it and wanted to play a different way. So he didn't need or think he needed to start Hannibal as number 10. But he tried something, and I guess, would you say it worked? I'll say it didn't work because we played crap, and if it wasn't for that good, amazing goal and individual brilliance, we wouldn't have won today. But then you could argue it did work because we won today. So how do you see life? How do you see things? Who knows? But yeah, Hannibal he had a decent game today. Well done, kid. So yeah, who was your man of the match? What do you guys think of the game? Burnley, I think, were unlucky. Like I said, if they had anything about them, a bit more in this, decisiveness. Being a bit more clinical, had a striker. The result could have been different. But we our defense was fairly decent, fairly comfortable, you know. But yeah, what do you guys think? Let me know what you guys thought of the game. He was your man in the match. Comment on Ten Hag. Let me know what you guys think about Ten Hag. Are you as worried as I am about Ten Hag? Because I don't think he's going anywhere personally, but I just think he just needs to not be so rigid. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Yeah, onwards and upwards, guys. Hopefully the performances can start getting better because, you know, it's just these United performances are just making me go sleep, boring me to death. Because thing about being a United fan, we want to win games. Of course, winning is good. But we want to watch good football. We want to win playing good football. We don't want to sit parking the bus. We don't want to be watching this rubbish football every week. So, yeah, that's it, guys. Anyway, hope you enjoyed. Thank you guys for watching. Share this video with everybody. Just share your video. Let me know your thoughts. Let's start a debate. Let's start a conversation. And yeah, I will see you guys next time. If you're not